What is up, fam? It is Christmas and I have a whole bunch of boxes over there that I'm going to open up today or tomorrow or the next day. So I got a whole bunch of videos that are going to be coming out for you guys. So I'm going to start with this one here because I know that it's going to be my favorite gun out of all the boxes over here. So first off, look, you can see my address all blacked out. So no stalking me on YouTube, guys. Let's bring you in and move you down some. That should be good. Anyway, so as you can tell by the title of the video, this is an APS gun, and there's a couple things I want to say about APS as a company, and then there's a couple things I want to say about this model of gun in particular. That's probably gonna make some of you mad. So first, the company. I'm gonna start off that APS is a good company. I know a lot of times when people, here you go. First off, let me stop my rant for a second. We got some junk against my address on it, and some e-bike holiday stuff. Anyway, so I'll stop here for a minute. I want to start off by saying APS is a good company. A lot of people cringe when they hear APS because of the things that they've done in the past. So first off, APS is the maker of the guns that used to be known as Javelin, I believe, Javelin arms, and also I think they're the original manufacturers of like the Walmart brand of AEDs, the Black Ops brand, and both of those guns are budget guns that didn't work very well. Those are not APS branded guns though. Even if APS was the manufacturer, those are not the guns that APS is pushing out as their own market. All APS brand guns are pretty decent to high-end guns. So first off, let me get this box out of here. It's a nice looking box. Here we go. It says compromise is not an option on the bottom there, and you can see the APS and the Hakutsu logo. Also, APS is the manufacturer of Hakutsu products, like the Thunder Bee, like people who made the Thunder Bee grenades, so leave them alone. Anyway, the box looks nice, but I'm actually gonna take a point off for the box because the reason it looks nice, it's literally just a carbon copy of H&K guns. H&K's motto, of course, H&K's colors are black and red, and they do the stripe of the two tones here. And H&K's model is no compromise. Obviously, they couldn't steal no compromise because it's probably trademarked. So instead, we have compromise is not an option. It's literally the exact same. Like buy an HK gun, the box will look the exact same, except we'll say HK here and it'll say no compromise on the bottom. So APS, congratulations. You got a good design because you stole it from someone. So -1 for you. But we're not here to review the box. We're here to review the gun. So first off, we got a nice black spongy foam, which is good. It's the kind that will keep your stuff secure, but it won't flake everywhere and make just a bitch of a time to open up. And here we are. This is the APS Extremis Mark IV, red and black. So I remember earlier I mentioned that I want to say a few things about the model of gun itself, the APS Extremis. So this is the Mark IV. There are 5 marks. The Mark I is it's like a CQB variant. Mark II is like a normal, it's not normal, but it's like a carbine length variant. Mark III and IV are actually the same gun, but the Mark IV, the receiver is red, and then the Mark III, the receiver is black. So the Mark III, you get this will be black, the upper receiver will be black, but still the rail and the highlight points on both sides of the gun will be red. There are no reviews or really anything on the Mark III and IV on YouTube, so this is the first one I'm getting out, so hopefully I can steal some views. So construction. The Marks 1 and 2 are both full metal. All of them have this is called the striker style M-lock handguard. The Mark 1s and 2 have a shorter one. These are all CNC'd aluminum anodized. But the Marks 1 and 2, the receivers are not skeletonized. That's because those are casted receivers. while the Marks III and IV have anodized aluminum receivers. So the couple reviews that people have said on the APS Phantom Extremis rifles is that there is some receiver wobble, or because the tolerances aren't tight enough. On the Marks III and IV, there is no wobble whatsoever because they're all CNC'd exactly like for each other. Like I cannot move this. It doesn't move at all. Next, another difference for the Mark III and IV that the Marks I and II don't have is that they have a fixed stock. Because it's fixed, it doesn't move. Oh, we got a QD sling point right in the back here. That's nice. I might move that somewhere else if I can find another point on the gun. I won't spend a lot of time looking for that. But because there's a QD sling point in the back, there's no sling plate. This back base plate, this is where you're going to put the battery, it is moving a little bit. But for this entire rifle, nothing moves at all because it's all CNC'd anodized aluminum billet style receiver. Skeletonized. You can see right through there. And there are speed cuts that you can actually see into the gearbox right there. I haven't put the charging handle back on this. It works. It doesn't sound very aggressive. So this gun is entirely ambidextrous. You have the normal mag release here that's actually a larger mag release button, so it's easier to get from the trigger to here. And you've got a mag release on this side. This is a blowback weapon, so that means every time you pull the trigger, if there's a battery in it, the bolt would reciprocate. I know a lot of people don't like blowback, and I'm pretty sure you might be able to disconnect it. I'm pretty sure for the it runs the Silver Edge version to your gearbox, and I think for those gearboxes, the bolt cover is actually attached to the piston inside the gun. So I think you can disconnect that and you can disable the blowback feature. So as you can tell, this gun is styled after like a 3-gun competition style rifle. This is not like your standard military thing. Here's a warning sticker. It comes right off. That's nice. Let's toss it over there. Oh, the magazine. Magazine looks like it's a 300 round high cap. It doesn't feel that great. And sure enough, the magazine is moving around just a little bit. Enough to where the solidness of the gun is thrown off with this magazine. But it's an M4, so let's grab a few other magazines. Okay, I'm back. First we have this is like a G&G, I think. It's a metal, it's another high cap, but it's like one of those extended ones. It probably holds like 400 rounds. So stick that in there, of course it fits. This one's actually looser than the APS. It's interesting. And then here we have a tried and true KWA 120 mid cap. And we still got some wobble. None of these feel like you can pull the gun out, but that bothers me a little bit. Actually, I'm probably gonna be using these KWA mid caps. As you can see, the base plate that comes with the APS is red, while the KWAs are black. But because the KWA mid caps are Magpul copies, they have the Magpul base plate. And as for those of you who watch my channel know that I've got a bunch of these Magpul style G36 mags I already have with red base plates. So I can pull one of those off, take the KWA, stick that on, and look at that. Now the whole thing matches the gun and their mid caps. I think that looks pretty good, and that's probably how I'm going to be running this gun. So stylistic choices. There is no dust cover, like at all. It is just not there. Make that what you want. It doesn't matter functionality for airsoft. I like that the bolt is gold. I like that a lot. The select options, you have hold for safe, paid for semi, and hell for full auto. I don't know if you can see that, but right around the selector switch, there's a whole bunch of oil right under there. The selector switch is tight. It's like stiff. It's not sliding in between options, but there's a whole bunch of oil right there, grease. Looks like they actually greased up all the moving parts. You actually got flip-up sights, 45 degrees. They're not push buttons, and you can just push them up or down. They're adjustable. They have little notches you can turn, and they're offset at a 45-degree angle. So the idea is if you have a magnified optic or red dot or something and it dies, you've got your backup sights. For airsoft, again, it looks cool, but it's not as useful because if your hop-up is anything above 0, then when you camp the gun to the left like that, our beepers is going to start curving left. Still, we have a QR code right here, and that's like painted on or etched on. So that's not sticky. You can't just peel that off. I don't know how much I like that. I think that's the user manual, because in the box here, what did I throw out the papers? I forget where it is. It's somewhere in the box. There's a little QR code sticker that says "Scan for user manual." We got a couple other things in the box. We have where these go. They're like little rubber tabs that go over something. And we have a normal rifle handle, whatever. Let's see if I can find out where those tabs go. They're two different shapes. Doesn't go with the charging handle. Are these supposed to? I feel like these might go. Nope, maybe not. Never mind. I thought these might go into the etches on the side to block up where you can see the gearbox. I have no idea where these go. They're kind of nice. They're a little grippy. Huh. Yeah, I'll figure that out later, I guess. Again, the etches in the receiver. So this gun is very stylistically similar to the APS Red Dragon. The first version of the Red Dragon had larger receiver cuts here on the upper body, and on the second version they got rid of those cuts. If you buy one now, it doesn't have those cuts, and that's because people were complaining about how dirty the inside got when you played this gun. I expect that to be a similar problem with this gun. First off, it's going to work in any weather condition, in snow, in rain, whatever. The thing you have to worry about is that just more stuff is going to get on the inside. It's not going to get so bad that it won't be able to function after a few times, but you're going to need to clean that out if you're playing a lot of outdoor games. Me personally, we use this mostly for indoor, so cleaning the inside is not something I worry about. But that's just something to think about if you get this gun and say, hey, I'm a Milsim player, or I play in a mount facility a lot, and you like to throw your gun in the dirt or whatever. First, it's solid, it's not going to break it, but you're going to get stuff on the inside of your receiver all the time, and after each game, you're going to have to just pop it in half and wipe it down and clean it out if you want to secure the weapon properly. Again, like I mentioned, the rail is M-lock. Actually, both these rails come already attached. I wish maybe they didn't come attached and they came with a little Allen key, but I've got Allen keys. I can take those off and move them around. Full length top rail, all red. The outer barrel is red. You've got actually a really cool flash hider. And yeah, that's the orange tip. There's glued in there. But if you look, like on the side there, it definitely looks like it's gonna come right off. This tip, I'm pretty sure you can buy these flash hiders separately. This tip is not meant to come on it. And so yeah, with a heat gun and with some patience, you could yank that right off. I'm seeing now if I can get the flash hider off. The flash hider looks to be on there pretty tight. I don't know if it's glued or not. That's something I'll check out later. One thing. I mentioned this is blowback, but it does have a functioning bolt catch. What you do is you pull the bolt back, you press down on the bolt catch right here, and when you press the top, it shoots right back forward. Let's do it again from the side. So you pull back, you lock it this way. You can, of course, adjust your hop up, and then when I press the bolt catch, when I press it, there you go, it shoots back forward. That's a really cool function, and you can always do a cool like slap on the side there. That's cool. Right here, actually, flat face trigger. That's the pull. Oh no, that's unsafe here. That's the pull of it. Really short. This is an expensive gun. Without it being on sale, it's like a $320 gun. And the externals definitely show that. I'm impressed. The sights are they're gimmicky, I think. I guess I'll probably leave them on there because they're cool. They're a cool look. The sights are also metal. They're not push button, but they're metal. But they're not going to be super useful. I'm not even like an iron sight guy. I'll probably put like a T1 style sight on this. But the internals are more that of a mid-range gun. The APS Silver Edge gearbox is good. It's good. It's full metal. It's all polished. I believe it has 8mm bushings. And they're usually shimmed well. The APS Silver Edge gearbox is by no means like a bad gun. But if you compare it to like the gearboxes in like the new G&Gs, this one doesn't have a MOSFET and it doesn't have an electronic trigger unit. That being said, it's not gonna break. The Silver Edge, again, it's a really good gearbox, but it's not gonna give you that same response. You can't do a custom burst fire or whatever. And if you want to put in your own inline MOSFET, you're gonna be hard pressed because here, if I push this button, I think right there on the stock, turn it, it comes out. This is your battery space. Like that is nothing. That is a 7.4 volt LiPo and a prayer. Let's see if I can even get the wire out so I can plug it in. And this is so it's real tight. I'd only use a 7.4 volt small type stock. Another thing you can do is you could run the wire externally. You could drill a hole in the stock. So I can't get this out for the life of me. Drop the butt plate. Also, the butt plate, it's metal. I think the whole thing is metal. Even this part in the back here is metal. That's interesting. I'll stop fumbling around with that. I'll do that later. There goes box back in place. It's fixed, so you're just stuck with kind of the length of pull it gives you. This here's a little too short for me. I wish it was back a little further. The gun is light, like very. It's again because it's all aluminum. It's got skeletonized. This thing, they knew what they were doing when they built this. So that's probably the reason I got it. I'm gonna grab my G36 real quick. These guns are comparable in weight. The G36 is not heavier. Oh no, the G36 is actually definitely heavier. The sight on this is minuscule. That's amazing. The G36 here, this is JG. It's an all plastic. This is an all APS plastic gun. It's lighter than it was because I got a hanger with plastic rails. The barrel is now aluminum instead of brass. This has been my main primary. And this is now going to be my main primary. First off, it matches my style of play. I know it's an M4. I know I'm a sellout, but I promise in the future not to get any more M4s, at least for a really long time. I don't like M4s, but this one, first off, it's not your standard M4, and it matches everything else I do. It's like the whole black and red stuff matches all of that just the way I like. But more importantly, the reason I got it is it's just time for me to get a new gun. The entire gearbox, besides the motor on the G36C, is 100% stock, which is really a testament to JG's build quality. Back then, at least their G36s, they were solid starter guns, and that was all I used. I just upgraded the motor, upgraded the barrel, upgraded the battery, and that's what I've been using. So that's the external stuff. This one, it's just gonna be newer. The gearbox, no matter how many upgrades you do that gearbox, at least normal upgrades I can get my hands on. This stock gearbox is just gonna be so much more economical just to buy. The externals on this gun are just never going to fail me. Again, these are super tight tolerances. Ooh, what is that? Is that more? That's more grease right there. It's right in between the mag well and the rail. I don't like that. Big grease. I guess that's a negative to grease this gun up way too much. But like, you wipe it down and the thing works. Like, so who cares? But this one, the intros and the gearbox in this are just going to work so much better. Just making way more sense to get a new gun. The FPS on this, out of the box, I think it's going to shoot around 420 FPS, which is not legal at my CQB field. But it's got a quick change spring. The problem is that the quick change spring is first you got to find a tool that's long enough that you can access it through the stock and get to the back of the gearbox. Second, because it's back here, I gotta figure out how to get these wires out of here. Come on, they're all coiled up in the back. Okay. Really difficult to come out. Oh, it's moving. It's moving. Oh, there you go. I thought I broke it for a second. There you go. Wiring, fuse, and if I look down there, sure enough, there's a little thing. It's all the way down here. That's got a little Allen key. I need to push that in, pop the spring out. If I don't have a tool that's long enough to do that, what I might do is I'm going to just take the gun down, hit the two receiver pins, just crack it in half, expose the gearbox, and then just pull the spring out of the gearbox just like that, instead of fussing around with that, because that's just going to be a pain. Let's put a battery in it. Here we got a fully charged 7.4 volt LiPo. It's gonna yeet. So I can stuff the battery in there. I'm gonna have to figure out what's the best way to put these in. Maybe put the wires in first, and then. Yeah, so it's definitely doable. I'm not gonna stick it all the way down there. That blowback is loud. Oh, rate of fire on a 7.4 volt LiPo. First off, it's not pulling it very fast at all. If I you see how they get stuck like that? That's not moving very fast. I might need a higher voltage LiPo or put a high torque motor in there. I don't expect to be missing a lot with this gun, but I won't be able to double tap real fast. That's about as fast as it'll go. It's got more windup than my G36 does. I can't just pull the motor out the G36 and put it in here because the G36 is a version 3 and this is a version 2. That sucks a little. Well, it's rate of fire. That's fine. One thing I noticed in videos and stuff is that for these blowback silver edges, I see the bolt get stuck back a lot on full auto. Doesn't seem to be the case for me. The reason I keep pointing the gun down is I got a box there. I didn't know if there was going to be the BBs in there from quality control or whatever, so I pointed it as if it's loaded. But it's really loud. That's the noise is coming from that sound and normal gearbox noise. So it's slow. At least stock is pretty slow. Something you wouldn't expect for a gun of this quality. But again, I'm running a 7.4 in it. I like to run a lot if you want gameplay. I like to move around quickly. I think the length of this might, for CQB at least, might put me at a slight disadvantage. I'm still probably gonna be running, but I might be taking my shots from a little further out. So the only thing I have planned for this gun is just the sight. Put a T1 on there. I like that a lot. Where's that box? Where did I put it? I like it comes with the QD sling point. I messed that up. There you go. It comes with the QD sling point. I like that it's got a quick change gearbox. I like that it's so pretty. It's so good looking. I like that it's full ambidextrous. And I like the gold bolt. The things. Oh, I also like. Look at this. Still so solid. Go. If you have an M4. First off, if anybody says, "Hey, this isn't a Crytek," I've got a Crytek. You're blocked. You're blocked. Okay, congratulations, you have a Crytek. You're blocked. But go take your M4. First off, if it's got a plastic receiver, don't even try it. It's gonna shake. But if go take your M4 and grab the mag or grab the receiver. Okay, sorry for the weird cut, guys. My camera actually got full, and so it didn't record like the last few minutes I was talking. And then I left the house for like 4 hours. Anyway, so back here, I was just finishing it off. I was talking about what I liked. I really like the design. I really like how solid it is. That's what I was doing there at the end because it doesn't move. It's perfect. and everything else I said. The gun is like a solid 9 out of 10. Where it's missing that point. First off, this is high cap. I don't really care, but it's an APS magazine. They made the magazine, and then it's a red base plate, so you know it's designed for this gun. And look at this, like in your own magazine that you're designing for such an amazing rifle should not have such low tolerances. But the mag wheel is so large that even just like standard mags have horrible wobble. Like the only sound you're hearing there, that's from the magazine. I don't like that. I don't like, well, it's not a big thing for it, but the fact that you can only put a 7.4 in there, and then it gives such low performance for a 7.4 volt battery. I don't really like that. It's like, hey, if you're gonna make the gun so it can only run a 7.4, make the gearbox so that 7.4 is going to perform well. And then the last thing is these canted sights. It's not really down. I'm neutral on these. I'm not going to use them anyway, but I'm going to keep them on because they do look cool. But again, airsoft and gun with the hop up makes these essentially useless other than turning. Anyway, that's the end of my review. These last 30 seconds I had to just clean up because I lost them. Anyway, so if you like this, leave a like, leave a sub, and I'll see you in the next one.